Hey, what is up YouTube? This is the Merman Master coming at you guys from the Team Time Riders YouTube channel today with a brand new deck profile for the new list. As you guys know, Construct has come back to one on the most recent list, so I'm bringing to you guys today a brand new post-ban list Shaddoll deck profile. And this is not any Shaddoll deck profile. This is a pure Shaddoll deck featuring the clowns, a little blast from the past now that we have Damage Juggler back. So I've got a couple of other things in here, some nice tuner monsters. I'm going to go through a little bit of the fusions and stuff like that, and I'll explain a lot of my choices along the way. I'm going to tell you I hate Shaddolls with a burning passion, mostly because I was a Mermail player back when these guys were at their prime, and Construct really eats Megalo for breakfast. But I knew I had to do this deck profile and get it out to you guys. So without further ado, let's get going. So, to start out, I'm running a very high level of Shaddoll counts because I think the main deck Shaddolls are very strong, most particularly 3 copies of Shaddoll Dragon. Very, very good removal effects, bounce the hand, as well as destruction of spell and trap cards. Shaddolls main deck monsters are very, very good for the flip effects, but also for just sending them to the graveyard. So that's going to do that for Shaddoll Dragon. Next, we have 3 Shaddoll Hedgehog. The 2 effects either search a Shaddoll monster or search a Shaddoll spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Very, very good. Pretty self-explanatory. Have to run that at 3. Next card we're running is 3 copies of Shaddoll Beast. A lot of people like to run 2 copies. I personally like 3. I think it's the best of the Shaddolls, even though it is level 5. And the 2200 beat stick is quite nice to add on with the very powerful draw effects. Next, my one of Shaddolls, we have 1 copy of Shaddoll Squamata and 1 copy of Shaddoll Falco. I feel the perfect ratio for these guys. That's going to close out the Shaddolls. Now moving on to the rest of the main deck. 1 copy of Mathematician, pretty self-explanatory, nice earth target. Now we've got the clowns, 2 trick clowns, and 1 damage juggler. Very, very good. I thought about adding in hat tricker, but I am kind of split on that, and I really don't know which path I want to take. Both of these, both the clown cards and mathematician serve very, very good purpose as fusion materials, dumping, general consistency boosters for the Shaddoll deck. Not sure how people are doing things now with Construct back to 1, but I feel like the clowns are a very, very good go-to, especially for people who do enjoy the Shaddolls. Next, we're moving on to the level 1 monsters. So we have 1 Jet Synchron, 1 Glow Up Bulb. Very, very good in here for their special summon abilities. You send it to the graveyard for fire or earth, and just allows you to get multiple benefits off of these for synchro plays. With the new Borreload Savage Dragon out right now, there's a lot of benefit to be gained. Next, we have 1 Dotscaper. Dotscaper is fantastic for just getting you a quick level 1 monster when you do need it. Has 2 special summon effects instead of the normal 1, so Dotscaper can get on the board very quickly for fast fusion and synchro plays. Last cards we're running are 2 Effect Veiler. The only reason I'm doing this over any of the other hand traps is its status as light monsters. As you guys know, Construct is back, so Effect Veiler can have more than 1 use in a pinch, besides being a very good hand trap. Some people are saying that I should probably put Ash back in here, but I like Effect Veiler because it mixes with Construct much better. Next, guys, we have, moving on to the spell cards. Wouldn't be a Shaddoll deck without 3 copies of Shaddoll Fusion. The best Shaddoll fusion spell in the game. Send from your hand or field to the graveyard the fusion materials for any Shaddoll monster. They're Shaddoll monsters plus the attributes, and special summon that monster. And if your opponent controls a monster, special summon from the extra deck. Shaddoll fusion allows you to send those materials from the deck instead if you would like. Very, very good. A precursor to a lot of the current fusion spells such as Neos Fusion and other things that we have running around right now. Very, very good. Next are my proxy cards. Believe it or not, I don't actually own copies of these, but this is 2 El Shaddoll Fusion. I think 2 is a good number. There's a lot of disruption running around right now, and having 3 of these can be a little bit troublesome. I thought about adding in Witch's Strike due to the prevalence of Solemns in the metagame currently, but I've decided to keep it at 2 for now. Going along the back row hate route, we have, of course, 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone, pretty self-explanatory. Get the Banish game going and really improve that. And now for the one-ofs. We got 1 Raigeki, 1 for 1, Card Destruction, brand new for the Shaddoll deck, Scapegoats for any Link plays if you would like them, Monster Reborn. I still like Book of Moon in here, believe it or not, guys. I think it is more useful than a lot of people give it credit for, and I wish it would come back to like 2 or 3. That would be fantastic. And finally, Slash Draw at 1. Even with that, Slash Draw's effect is fantastic, and I think that its ability to mill things and then to also recycle stuff back that's not simply just your Shaddoll fusions and other things is very, very good. Shaddolls can gain a lot of benefit from the discards and draws, and I think that for anyone running a Shaddoll deck, you definitely have to consider Slash Draw. That's closing out the spell card. Excuse me, guys, I'm a little bit sick. Finally, moving on to the traps. Only a couple of traps in here. First is 3 copies of Sinister Shadow Games, flipping your Shaddolls up, as well as sending 1 to the graveyard. So sending any Shaddoll card from your deck to your graveyard. So very, very good. Along with that card, we have 1 copy of Shaddoll Core. As you know, it can fetch back those fusion spells and stuff like that if it gets sent to the graveyard off your Shadow Game. So very, very good. Shaddoll Core is also utilizing itself for its ability to come to the field as a level 9 monster, though not nearly as much as any of the other stuff. Still, it's a very useful card in here at 1, and I invite you not to overlook it. Final card in the deck, of course, guys, is Torrential Tribute. Very, very good card. Wipes the board and also helps you trigger Shaddoll effects as well. A blast from the past right there. Now, moving on to the extra deck, we have 1 Shaddoll Construct, or El Shaddoll Construct as it's called. And waiting for the second one to come back. We'll see what happens. Word to the wise, guys, I hate this card so much, but it's caused me way too much trouble as a Mermail player. And you know, the fact that it's back right now, I may be opposed to it, but you got to run her in the deck. This deck is focused around Construct. This deck needs Construct, so you absolutely have to have her in here. When she comes to the field, you can immediately ditch a Shaddoll monster, any Shaddoll card from your deck to the graveyard, and then at the start of the damage step, you can just destroy any special summon monster that this card attacks. And the commonality between all the Shaddoll monsters is to get you a fusion spell back when they are destroyed. Moving on from Shaddoll Construct, we have, of course, 3 El Shaddoll Windas, or El Shaddoll Midrash, as a lot of people like to call her. Only 1 special summon per turn, cannot be destroyed by card effects. Very, very tough to work around. And you know, basically is a key card to like force your opponent into a grind game. So that's a tougher move right there. Along with her, we have 2 copies of El Shaddoll Shekinaga. Shekinaga is a all-purpose negation card that also triggers your Shaddoll effects in hand. All of them are fantastic, tough to deal with fusion monsters. I hate playing against this deck. It's so... I don't know what to say, guys. I am not a fan of Shaddolls, despite the fact that I own all of them, but it's still very, very interesting to see. Then we have other Link monsters in here, such as this one right here, Shaddoll Construct. Not really that good. Still needs you to get your fusion summons and fusion plays off in order to become actually useful. Any synchros and links beyond this, feel free to add them. Level 6s, level 7s, level 8s, link 2s, 3s, 4s. The idea is special summon a lot of things very fast and be able to synchro and link and sort of out advantage your opponent, utilizing the strengths of all of the Shaddolls abilities. The deck is focused, of course, guys, on popping back row, on getting rid of cards and then being able to swarm the field with monsters and go in, just like Shaddolls used to be in the olden days before Construct got banned. So guys, that's going to wrap up this deck profile. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe on the Team Time Riders YouTube channel. We're growing strong because of you. And this has been the Mermail Masters signing out. Catch you guys next time. Peace.